Today our session will be, like always, split it in two parts. First will be presentation about new features, new information about our website. I believe today's presentation will be very informative because we will announce not only features but also some changes on our website, which I believe critical for most of you to get more information about the MedDream, about what Softneta is doing. So I believe all this information will be very valuable. Again, repeating, everything will be available on our YouTube channel and on your newsletters, which you will receive after the presentation. And second part of our presentation will be questions answers. So also feel free to write the questions during the presentation because Renata will collect all of them and ask me to answer the questions. If some questions will be too tough for me, so I promise we will send the answers on email. So you definitely get answer on your topic today or latest in few days. So, as I said, let's start the presentation and I hope everyone will enjoy. And again, congratulations for Renata to organizing everything so smoothly. I see what audience is already full. So maybe short introductions who we are, because probably not all of you is uh, always on our call. So probably some of you is new for MedDream or Softneta. So I am Vytautas Baublys, CEO of company Softneta, and today with us also Renata is our marketing chief. She is leading all our marketing. So all beauty which you see in our product is made by Renata. So also big congratulations on the result. So let's start. So what's new in our MedDream? Today I will start from our latest release. And latest release was also presented last session as a potential new features. And see the last presentation, which you could see the functions presented by me, but I still comment the most critical features for everyone to remember what was released a month ago. So as I explained, short content, we will go over 7.9 version. This version was released a month ago. Again, we will inform you about the MedDream news. MedDream news will include also all our medias and web page, which you will get new insights, how you can search for news more easily and get informed proactively. And again, we will speak about our summer release, which we expect to come in 1 month. This will be not so big release like 7.9 because as you see, it will be only 2 months for the release. This is also very good for many of our partners because we can see the direction of Softneta. Our direction is to shrink time between releases just to allow the users get new features faster. Our goal to go each year to this direction and make, I hope next year we will get to 3 months. So this will be 4 releases. This is our goal. It will be not easy to achieve, but I still hope that our team will be able to manage. And as you see, the last part will be questions and answers. Yes, so this is a shortcut about what was released, the majority function was released last release. So one of a very nice feature which is really useful for mammography users is a zoom selection. Zoom selection allow you to maximize the zooming level for the needed area. So this is this icon. You could find now in the 7.9 MedDream menu, go to the zooming levels. This is very innovative way how to zoom the data. Also, we improve the hanging protocols for the quick menu. So it's mean now the users, especially the users which have a lot of hanging protocols for same data, can switch between them very smoothly because you could add it in the right click of the mouse in the settings and have all your hanging protocol listened on the right click, and you can select and switch selectively between hanging protocols, not one by one like in previous versions. So we hope it will be first step to get smoothness. Yes, another big part was OPT support. So it was took for us 1 year to create that support. And as you know, the biggest problem with the MedDream was what OPT studies was showed as a multi-frame, and now they are split it as images, and you could scroll, navigate, and get references. Of course, I need to warn, but because OPT producers have a lot of personalized settings in each OPT device, so not all OPT devices would be supported. It still needed some adjustments from our team if your OPT data is not correctly presented. So you need to inform us about your device and about your study, and we will look how to add this support. Of course, we had updated design of a viewer. Another very important part was saving secondary capture images. So this creating a lot of new ways how you can export the data, how you can mark the important part of the study. So with this new function, you can save images and zoom levels and annotations as a secondary capture image and create whole series with this. So other doctor which will connect have all data in one series, and he don't need to look over and over all studies. So also the new measurements was added like spine labeling. Just are in the past we had only command which allow you to drag command with the marking where the point is. Now we added just marker, so you could mark the point and you don't need to comment. Yes, so in the oblique mist, we enhanced the 3D model to be able to change windowing, to change contrast, and achieve better quality of 3D image. This is also quite big thing. We have also the free draw and free poly tools. So this is two tools which give you whole freedom to paint any object on the image itself and get additional data. So it was 7.9 release, most important, most visible features. And now we're going to list of all updates. I highlighted the already announced visual features, but you also can go over all of the points which was created in our release. This is still same things. A little bit I will stop again on the segmentation, which was already included in all scope in our 7.9 version. The segmentation tools is not available when you deploy if you leave standard settings. To enable the segmentation tools, you need to change the configuration to allow segmentation tools. The segmentation tools is three types. One type is a boundary box, which allows you to segment any object very fastly by box, and it will be propagated to 3D if you select a 3D selection. So because 2D will segment the data only in one slide, if you select 3D, so it will be selected over the MPR view in all three projections. Automatically, the system, when you do a new segmentation, gives new color for measurement, so you could see whole history how the the organs was selected. Another is a free draw. Free draw allow you manually go slide by slide and also segment any organ or object in the image. And smart draw giving you automatical, semi-automatical way how to segment the objects, again in 2D and 3D dimensions. Everything is saved, and with secondary capture you can save projection in our old MPR in one MPR projection. Another big work which we did we started actually last year, but because again it was totally new, but manufacturers need to recertify the products in the Switzerland. It took a time for us to pass all examinations and provide all documentation, but we already passed everything, and now our product also registered in Switzerland as a class 2B, like in all Europe. Yes, now I will try to show the most common cases for the 7.9 version, which the new functions give a new workflows, and we already got some questions and some explanations requests from our partners. So I like to give some hints how you can use the 7.9 version in the most effective way and get additional value. So let's switch now to the MedDream. Here I'm logged in my local MedDream version, and I will try to give some hints about some questions. So let's try open some MRI study. So now our users had problem. Sometimes they liked to export data with annotations. And not in the DICOM format, but in the some simple format like JPEG, PNG, or other format, which would allow simple user to see the image with the comments. So what we did, so as you see, we can add now any measurement or comment. I will try to put like this new feature which I just described, like arrow. You see, I can put the arrow on the any point. I could put also some comment like test, and I can also maybe rotate and zoom just for everyone to see a difference. And now I make a copy. As you see, the copy was automatically saved to the archive, and I received new series which was secondary capture. Now I can take another image. For example, I would say, but this image is also very important. I would change zoom level and again store it. And maybe we can also try to see how our selective zoom works. For example, I could select selectable zoom, and I could select what this data for me is most critical. So it's automatically, as you see, zoom that area to fit for my screen, and I again can save. So now I have three images, which is 100% saved as I was selected. So now these images in my secondary capture. And if I like to export them with all comments and with all data, but not in DICOM, in JPEG, so I can click export button, select the active series, select the JPEG, and click export. Now I can click download, and let's see my images. As you see, all images now with all data included. So the user easily can have annotations put in the image and export it. So this is one selection, and another thing I just show probably the most advanced feature like smart drawing, just to explain how it works. Now I'm selecting 3D. As you see, my selection, I already selected a color, and I start drawing now. So I draw the eye. I like to segment the eye. I can go through the slides. I still see that some data is missing. I segmented all the eye now. And this will be where, if I like to see in 3D dimension, okay, but data, yeah, it's too small amount of data to be correctly created MPR. Let's switch back. Sorry, I didn't save the image. Yeah, now I will save. I need to click save. Data now is saved, and in this selection now I can see all parameters like volume and house build units. Of course, in MPR, the house build units is not work like in CT, but if it would be CT study, you could use the house build units, but volume is correct. So this is what you need to know about the segmentation and other tools here is displayed. So if your configuration correct, you will see a new type of tool, which would be named segmentation tools. And we expect that over the years, the segmentation tools amount will grow significantly. Let's switch again to the presentation. Yeah, the final thing which I didn't explain, and this was very important change. We had very big deployment in one cardiac hospital where we faced a significant configuration problem because the environment was really challenging. It was huge pack system, and our MedDream was connected through DICOM query to that system. And at the beginning, it had only one channel to take the data from the packs, only through one IE title. So what happened? The data became too slow to appear in MedDream because all the data was in the queue. So what we invented, and in 7.9 version is already available, possibility to configure a MedDream to communicate with the pack system, not through one IE title, but through several ones. So then you could parallelize the request for the packs, and some packs limiting speed for one connection. So it means when you have 4 connections, you can triple or even make faster the download of the data, and then you could achieve better result. It's not so easy. It's still because it's just first time for us. It's worked very well in our project, but you need to know what these capabilities exist, and if facing some problems, please contact our integration team or myself, and we will try to explain you how to use and is this feature would give you a value. But at our point, it was significant change when we implemented this functionality. Now I will pass presentation to Renata. She will explain you how to navigate in our websites to get maximum output of information, and how to automate what our sites or our social activity would be visible for you, and you could get more information from Softneta.
Thank you, Vytautas. Hello, everyone. We have some channels to pass MedDream news, like new features, new releases, or videos, or some documents, and so on. So the main tool is website. I will show you. It's news, documentation, product pages and solutions. Also, the most important information I'm sending by newsletter, but we don't want to spam a lot. So please check the news pages, documentation, and if you don't get our newsletter, check if you have registered or asked for newsletter. If you don't get it, check your spam folder. If you still don't get it, write to our email info@softneta.com, and I'm going to put your email to our newsletter list. As I mentioned before, we're trying to send the most important information, not everything, for smaller things, for smaller details, you have to check on our news page. Also, we have social channels, YouTube for video tutorials, for webinars, video recordings, technical trainings, video recordings, and so on. Also, if you are on either of these social profiles, like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, also Instagram, we put all the news, the most important news on these social networks also. Okay, so I will go to our website. As I mentioned before, we are preparing video tutorials for new features, for new releases presentation, and all these video tutorials goes to our news page or to documentation page. As you see, we have docs and API page, and it has user guide and all the features. This is not equal as user manual. This is user guide for not to repeat the same information as it is
But
on the user manual.
Renata,
Yes.
we don't see your website. We see only presentation, but not website.
Yeah. It's a quick review, and I will show everything. Okay. And we put video tutorials there. This is not for every feature, but I'm working on it, and the goal is to make a video tutorial for every feature. Also, specification files it's the newer files for SendToPACS. We didn't have those documents before, so for for PACS Premium and Lite and Video Station. And as I mentioned before, news with updates. This is nothing. As I mentioned, we don't want to spam a lot, so I will put what's new on website, to which page to make attention, small news. So this is our website homepage. Homepage has few blocks. Event block. If we are organizing webinar, you can find this information. If we're attending some exhibition, or if we have prepared video for the previous trainings or webinars, I also put like news blogs here. And we have latest news. So as I showed before, we have news that video tutorials for new release and new features are prepared. So you can easily find all the new video tutorials in one page. For example, what Vytautas presented before, and new features like saving viewport content has a separate video tutorial, and the link to our documentation website, as I showed you before, user guide and viewport features. You can see features, yeah, and our new feature, save viewport content. This is a straight link to only this feature, some short description and video tutorial. You can easily, for example, send to your client only quick link to only this one feature. Okay, and we have here much more, as I mentioned before. For example, newest features like spine labeling. You can press here and quick shortcut to only this feature. Also copy the link, some description shorter than user manual. You don't need to read all the user manual. Just simple click and quickly understand the feature and watch video tutorial. So also we have for every product a description page. I'll show DICOM viewer, download section, and for example, you can find specification file. These documents are updated to every version, maybe with a slight delay, but we're trying our best. And as I mentioned before, we have new specification documents newly prepared for PACS server, premise and lite, also with versions, and also video station and SendToPACS. So if you need, just easy to find. Okay, and YouTube channel. Now it's getting bigger and bigger because we have more and more videos, new features, and also it needs new videos. So I put in playlist, for example, new release video tutorials. You can find all the for every release video tutorial. And for example, if you need just integration theme, segmentation tools, as Vytautas mentioned before, radiology measurements, or for example settings, etc., etc., new one viewport features. So I invite you to subscribe our YouTube channel, be a subscriber, and get the newest videos first. As I mentioned, playlist for quickly find the video recordings or video tutorials for your theme. Not all the features are described in video tutorials, but we are working on it, and after we release new video, I will put on news and send by newsletter or post on social networks. So subscribe and be active. And Vytautas, maybe I will pass for you to present about exhibition ECR.
Thank you, Renata, very much for presentation of our channels, how we communicate with our partners. So I hope everyone will find something new in your presentation. And again, just few hints. I believe YouTube channel will be more and more powerful because it's not only the features presentation, but we also putting our technical trainings. Also, you could order just playlist from the YouTube and get updates only on selected activities. So I strongly recommend go to YouTube, write Softneta, subscribe, and you will be always updated what's happening here. And you don't need to read; you just watch once in a month, and you're always up to date. So the ECR coming this year, it will be in summer, so it will be quite hot in Austria. So I hope everyone preparing for the beer. So see everyone, we will have our booth. As you can see, this time it will be in different location. Everyone who long with us know that in Vienna we was always in the same place, but because of the COVID, we mix everything, and now we will be in the hall 4. So the orienteer must be Samsung. So you will see probably Samsung will be have as it's displayed on the map huge booth, and we will be in front of Samsung. So it will be easy to find. And I would like to see everyone who is on the call to come and discuss, and I hope to also in person give some advices or some help if it will be needed, because this time we have extended team in the ECR. It will be Artur Gruodis, our integration chief. It will be Tomas Dumbliauskas, CTO, myself, and Asta Pranskevičiūtė, our chief of legal. So all the team which could make a decisions will be in the ECR. So everyone welcomed on our booth to discuss and see the all latest news. Yes, and now what's next? Next is version 8. As you see, this is a turning point. So we finishing 7 version with this version, and we believe that it is actually most successful cycle for our team. This from 7 to 8, I would say it was turnaround of our product, turnaround of performance, the most important, because what changed from 7 to 8, I believe, is a speed, and most of our clients felt it. Another part is hanging protocols, tools, and flexibility to configure the MedDream. Of course, security too. So these changes is critical ones, and it's just showing us where we are going. And I believe the 8th version will be the most changeable version of all times of Softneta, because again the challenges stays the same for 8th version. We planning to still continuously improve the speed, but with the speed our plans is also on the mammography. As you know, we already in the final process of FDA receival for mammo. It's expected on November, and with the certification, we expect also a lot of functionality coming from Mammo, and not only for Mammo, but also for the speed and related thing. So what will be new in the version 8? So we always constantly have discussion and disputes. What is a better, ellipse or quadrant? So finally, these discussions will be stopped, because we created a new measurements which you could use any type you like, ellipse or rectangle, to get the parameters. So this disputes will be finished. Again, as you saw, we already had secondary capture in most of the viewports except the missed MPR functionality. So the next our release will contain the secondary capture possibility even from multi-frame images. This is very significant, because at this point our users was not able to save MPR images in any kind for the later reviewals. So it means we always need to create MPRs 3D selections to see the data. With this secondary capture function, you will be able to create MPR, put measurement, put annotations, and save as additional secondary capture images. This will save a lot of time for your colleagues, which will review the data after you. As I am working in this field 20 years, so I always, every year, I think that DICOM print is the function which is already dead. But each time our partners requesting the need of it, not in all markets, of course, but still as our technology used in the most developed markets and also in emerging markets. So we still facing the problems, because not in all countries they even have computers, and maybe radiologists have, but he need to pass somehow data to other doctors. And finally, we surrendered and made the DICOM print functionality. So it will be available in next release. And these our partners, which critically need DICOM print functionality, they could use our DICOM print, and DICOM print will be included in the standard pricing. It will be no additional charge for DICOM print. Another very important feature, which is also very critical, actually, last 3 months, I get each week requests from partner, please give possibility for users to customize shortcuts because each, and for me it's the same. If I already used to some combinations like Control C, Control V, I expect other applications to support these combinations. If not, I expect to be able to configure. And thanks to our great development team, all our shortcuts since version 8 will be configurable. And will remain in all next versions. This is a way how we go. And even we planning to go step forward, extending the shortcuts. As you see now, we have quite limited combination of shortcuts, but our goal try to cover all features in the long run by hotkeys. But each doctor could maximize the speed of diagnosis by using the keyboard and mouse and not move his eyes from the active image. This is our ultimate goal, which we're trying to achieve. Another, of course, which is the people which is long with Softneta, you always know that we always had SendToPACS, we always had video station and PACS Premium, but it was like separate products in the past. Nowadays, we united all of them under one umbrella, MedDream, and now they are one product. Not only will like not only from the product name perspective, but also from the documentation, from the testing, uh, how we are tested, how we invest time on them, and this is became one thing, and it will be covered with the same certification options like MedDream. Of course, the PACS and SendToPACS and Video Station is just secondary product for Softneta. MedDream is still number one product which we are most proud at this point. Here is how rectangle looks now. So you could, as you see, instead of ellipse, it will be near ellipse. So the doctor could select the method which he prefer to measure. Another thing what I told, you could go to settings, select any hotkey and add your combination. So for these doctors which is like to have similar combinations on two applications, they will be able to configure a MedDream. Yes, so now we are coming to questions answer selection. Maybe before going to that, I like shortly again give some insight from my perspective as a user of our informational channels, so you could get a little bit more ideas about how I'm using, because maybe not everyone using YouTube and you are not sure how to benefit from that. So I would like to show you how I see the data. If I go to YouTube channel, as you see, I have many subscriptions, but if I go to the MedDream, so I can see whole homepage with the videos. But the most important for you must be first is a subscribe and get alerts. Like you see, I put also alert for myself. So I immediately informed if a new video appears, and I check always how I looked on the presentation, it was correct. And then I could go to the playlist. The playlist is something which is Renata doing a lot, because to put all videos by categories is very important to shrink your time which you're spending on YouTube. So you could easily go with features, integrations, as you see, and just immediately see what was updated. And if it's into your interest, you could go and watch a few minutes and get output. So how to find the MedDream and how to subscribe? you easily in search button write Softneta. If you write Softneta, you will get immediately, you see the selection of MedDream and you could subscribe. And then if you are logged in into the YouTube, it automatically will appear into your subscriptions. And if you will put also notification, so you will be constantly notified. So I really recommend it. As you see, 300 of our vendors already subscribed, 332 subscriptions. So 332 people get informed each time when we have something new. Another very important part, definitely, which you need to double look when you go to Softneta, as already Renata explained, but I will try to zoom a little bit because I like what everyone see maximize view. So for you is we will now at this point it's very hard to see if something changed in our website. So what we decided with Renata and what Renata will do now, since this moment, when you go into the news selection, like I did now, you was able to see all new releases, the information. So this is very informative. You could see everything, but it's now if page changes. When you come now to all, you will see also the page changes and you can go to that directly. For example, if it will be doc and a P change, we will add some new information. You automatically in the news receive what our docs and the P was changed and which selection was changed. So you could go and constantly check is this content was changed, which is in your field of interest. Also, I really recommend for you to check our solution part because solution part give you some hints. And now, for example, we're planning to also extend and add more information in these selections particularly, and maybe in the future we will have more hints what you can do with MedDream. So this is also very recommended to investigate and see. And of course, as already Renata explained, is very important to check our events and our latest news. Latest news will also will contain page updates. So this is very informative. And also what we will discuss now, for example, on questions and answers, we planning in the future also put in our FAQ. So all these answers will come to FAQ. So if you something missed or something, you could go always see our video about the discussion and answers and also check our FAQ to see the answers in written format. Plus, we also will publish all our presentations with Renata in the future, so you will be able to check our presentation on our website too. So this is, yeah, and of course, if you are on LinkedIn, so you have several selections. You can subscribe to my account also and see all announcements which I do, for example, because I typically always post Softneta request, and also you can go to Softneta directly and see subscribe Softneta. So I really recommend to post to if you use LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter, subscribe to Softneta my accounts, and you always will be updated where we are going, what we are doing, and you will feel how Softneta is living. So, Renata, switching now to questions, please read and I will try to help answer.
Okay, so I shared my screen. So we got few questions before the webinar. And the first one is where an efficient way to see all annotations made on another PACS. It is cumbersome right now. For example, if it's 1,500 images CT exam with 15 or 20 annotations.
Very good question, and very, I would say it's, of course, if you go through our, again, if you go to our website, I will show again how to use our tutorials. if we are on Softneta website, we can go to doc and APIs, we can go to user guide, and we have probably viewport, yes, and then quick access controls. This is the most important. As you see, we have automatically, when I will show on the MedDream, but I try to explain you, if you are searching something and you don't know, so you could go through this tutorial and you get explanations. Like now, when you are, no matter on which device the annotation made, on the MedDream or on different viewer, but if it's stored to the PACS, so when you open the study, the MedDream automatically shows you on the line the annotations space. We have quick navigation tools to go through the annotations, measurements, and other data. So these tools is critical for you to navigate fast and don't search in the 1,000 images, only 20 images, which is on your interest. So how it's look? So now I'm switching into the MedDream. Let's check some study which I know have a lot of comments. So, but let's drop this image. This is good example. So as you see, here is not 1,000 images, but still a lot. It's around 300 images. So it would took a time for us to go through all these images and search where this annotations is. So I'm going to my left, to my right tool set, and I can go through all the segmentations. Now I'm going only through the critical images, and I always can check also the annotations or selections. So if I select it, so I can go and see all annotations, everything. So it's very easy. You don't need to search. You even don't need to look on the right selection where is marked, because you could use hotkeys to switch between these critical images and always see all annotations changes in these images. So I hope this answer finds well.
Another one, mammograms clearance for the use in the USA.
Okay, this question I already mentioned on my presentation. Our estimation is November. This is under the process on the final stage of clearance in FDA. So we need to submit final documentation. And because we are represented by a Arazi Group, one of the best, if not the best, consultancy company, so we are sure that we will get this clearance on November.
Okay. Another question. Is segmentation tool included in standard licensing or just need extra configuration?
Yes, it just need extra configuration, no extra fees. So it means this is available for all our users, but because we don't know is it needed for all of you, we disabled it. So you need to know what you need to enable if your users need that segmentation tool.
Okay. Another question. Does it mean that SendToPACS will be included in web GUI of MedDream Viewer? Possibility to import from MedDream Viewer?
No, at this point, SendToPACS interface is not changed. Over the time, we're thinking, but still not decided. At this point, SendToPACS, it's only we included in our testing environment, we included in our documentation. It's covered by connectivity with MedDream, but not the user interface is not changed, and the technology, how the SendToPACS was built is also remain the same.
Okay. Yes, another question. Will DICOM print feature need another additional license?
No, it is included in the MedDream license. Just to activate and use the DICOM print, you need a MedDream. And the DICOM print, because it's a printing technology, it must be application, so it will be application. The process will be such that you need to install some application from MedDream on the computer from which you will print, and then this application will connect with MedDream. So when you click in the MedDream, the print button, it will navigate you to application with the correct data, and you will manage your print layout, and you will print. Will be the workflow of a DICOM print. And as I said, it will be no additional license. You can install as much as you like the DICOM print applications, and it will not limit how many computers you can install.
Okay, and I see the last question. Are there any guides or manuals to explain the Java errors that sometimes occur in the MedDream main log?
At this point, of course, the best explanation is to send this log to our support team, and they will try to help. We don't have yet uh, made a clean document for our partners, but this is good hint which we need to take to take it to create maybe a separate document as a error log explanation. So we will check, and also maybe I'm not 100% correct. Maybe team already have some technical document which I didn't take on the hand. So with Renata, we will check. Please mark this question. We will communicate with our development department. Maybe they already have the error list.
Okay, so I see we got one more question. Okay, if you have any questions, please write them now because our webinar is going to the end. Is it possible to load the study as a files from a local PC, USB, CD, or DVD?
Yes, this is a possible if you use combination of our products. If you use SendToPACS, and so SendToPACS, this is a software which could transmit DICOM or non-DICOM files to your PACS system, and then MedDream can view it. So we have many partners which use such workflow. When patient come or even doctor come and receive a CD, he has SendToPACS application which sends the CD or USB content to the PACS, and then it's viewed through the medium. So we have facilities, for example, in USA, which use 2,500 installations of SendToPACS. And the new thing of SendToPACS, but we have enterprise license. So if it's a very huge chain of hospitals and you need hundreds of these applications to store the data to the PACS, so you could buy the enterprise license, which will allow you to install on each hospital computer the SendToPACS for data conversion or storing DICOM files to the PACS.
Okay, thank you, Vytautas. I don't see more questions in our chat section, so I guess our webinar is finished. We answered all the questions, yeah?
It seems. So again, many thanks, Renata, for your help. And uh, everyone have good summer, good holidays, and I expect come in the autumn in the November in the RSNA with exciting news, and hope to see some of you in RSNA or ECR
Yeah,
in a few
and
weeks.
in ECR, which is coming really quickly. So from my side, I want to add that recording of this webinar is going to be sent to your emails, which you put in the registration form, and also on our channels, YouTube and social, and also sent by newsletter. So thank you everyone for attending. Have a nice evening or day, depending on your time zone, and see you on next events.
See you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.